So I'm back here with Joseph because I need some guidance. Oftentimes we have clients with all different needs and backgrounds, and so this particular client wants to purchase but is on the fence because he feels that we're going to have a surplus of foreclosures, that he's going to find a deal. I really don't feel like there's a deal out there, but what, as a lender, what would you, I mean, that's, you're going to have to tiptoe around. What would you share?
I would tell a buyer that we're still seeing appreciation. So if we compare home prices last year to this year, we're seeing home prices appreciate at about a 10% year over year. Next year, we're still forecasting 4 or 5% appreciation in 2023. But in addition to that, foreclosure percentages right now, the rates of foreclosed homes are super low, historically low. Even owners that are 30 days down on their mortgage or 60 or 90 days down are still like less than 1% or 2%, super low numbers. In addition, if folks are trying to correlate the future with what happened back in 2008 and 2009, which is called the Great, what we're calling the Great Recession. It's the largest housing issue really since getting back to the Great Depression. Leading up to that point, you had buyers that were getting into a home with no money down, and they didn't need to have amazing credit to buy. So they could have what we considered now to be fair or
moderate,
or
even below moderate.
Almost poor credit, getting into a home with a first mortgage and a second mortgage, with very little skin in the game and with almost no investment of their own, which meant that if home prices did dip a little bit, they were already underwater.
Right.
And what I would tell a client who thinks that they're going to get a foreclosure is I would say you're talking about folks that have purchased back in 2012. Right, that was like at the bottom of the housing market, 2015 or 18. These homeowners have enjoyed a ton of appreciation, 40, 50, 60% appreciation based on when they bought their house. Even 2 or 3 years ago, they probably enjoyed 20, 30, 40% appreciation in their home. If they suffer a hardship, if they lose income due to a recession, they lose their job and can't make their mortgage payment, sure, they'll be in a hurry to sell a home, but they're not going to be underwater. They're still going to cash out. And so if they wait 1 or 2 months to close a transaction, they might make $5,000 or $10,000 or $15,000 less than what they had intended, but they're still going to walk away with a ton of money because, again, even just this last year, we've had 10% appreciation. The year prior, 15%, 20% appreciation. You were talking about how California is a trendsetter when we talk about home values and home prices. Somebody who purchases a home in Arkansas might see 15 or 20% appreciation in a 5 or 6 or 7 year span. We see 15% appreciation in 1 or 2 years. And so I don't predict that you're going to see a mad rush of homes hit the market due to a drop in value, because if I bought a house last year and paid $500,000 for it, today it's worth $550,000. So I could stand to lose $50,000 and still break even on what I paid for it, and that doesn't even take into account the mortgage payments that I've been making on the house, where I'm building equity that way as well.
And that's not a deal. I think a deal is when you purchase a home that is of the fair value. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I don't think we're ever going to see those types of markets where you're going to find a deal.
I think a deal, you guys, if interest rates right now are at 10-year highs, right? If rates are at 6.5% or 7%, I think the deal comes when inflation starts to slow, right? If we come off of 40-year high inflation numbers and all of a sudden that you bought a house at 6.5% interest, and summertime of next year, you're able to get 5.5% interest. That's a 1% reduction in interest rate, and that may save you $300, $400 a month.
Deal.
There's your deal.
Yes.
Home prices are still hard to come by. There's still a shortage of homes. We're still 1 million, 2 million, 3 million homes short to meet the needs of the amount of demand here in California.
And people still keep coming to California.
And you still have folks wanting to live and enjoy the weather and everything that comes with California, and the jobs and the wages, right? So I think the deal comes when, if you can get into a house, even though the payment might be a little bit difficult, let's figure out if we can construct a loan creatively with maybe a temporary buy down of the rate. Let's see if we can get your rate, instead of paying 6.5%, 3.5%, 4.5% in year 1 or year 2.